Welcome back to InsideX Summer Edition. We're here on St. Clair River and we're getting the vibe. We got some Yamaha Super Jets to test, but before we get that, we're gonna break down the show. Arma Rewind, we're gonna keep that in because we know you guys love it. We're gonna get Galdi in the studio. We're gonna talk about the past races there. We're gonna get that going. Obviously, gas, social media breakdown. We're gonna see what's going on in social media world. We're into some nationals, so there's lots of stuff to cover. Lots of riders doing well, some not so well, so we're gonna cover that. We're gonna have a nice little breakdown of the 2-stroke Super Jet as well as the 4-stroke Super Jet, the 2021. We're gonna be here on the water. We're gonna bring in Sean Moffenbauer and Austin Watling to do some tests, as well as we go to the track. We're gonna do some summer motos. We're gonna try out that MyPitboard, the Canadian-made MyPitboard. We're gonna test that out and put it through its paces. I'm hoping I can get the fast lap today. We'll see, but that's all coming to you right after this short commercial break. Welcome back to another Arma Rewind. I got Galdi in the booth. I'm doing it. I'm getting it.
There. You're going there.
I'm
Wow.
going there.
I like it.
And we're going back to Edmonton 2009 in this significant year because Dean Wilson was racing the series.
Yeah, Dean Wilson decided to come up, kind of a half Canadian, if you will, sort of raced here for a bunch of years. And he had a schedule. Cannon Day Kawasaki was the team that he was riding for at the time. And they had like sort of a schedule break. He was still kind of like an A rider, amateur, not really ready to go pro. So he came up and rode the first 3 rounds and dominated. His old man actually helped me in a little bit of a side scrap out there, which would be a little story we could tell in the pits with people watching the show. They can ask me about it. It was pretty fun. And it was awesome. But the significance of the reason why I picked this one is on this day, Dean decided that I'm going to go out and ride the 250 qualifier and the 450 qualifier.
Oh.
And he qualified first in both of them. Yeah, that was it. He didn't race both classes, but he wanted to see that. That was the last thing. And then after this race, he would head back down
and it's crazy because that track is fast. Like it's a really fast
Wait till we
track.
see this. It is this clicking gears. You're just reaching for the shifter like this. You're just...
We're gonna, yeah. We might as well
just
roll
like
that
this.
tape then and get
Everybody's
to
leg actually was just like this. It was like a tap dance show. Oh, the Julies. There they are. Hi, Julies. Hi. Remember me, Ryan? It's Ryan. They don't remember me. That's rude.
Who is that right there? The monster?
That was
14?
Teddy Mayer.
Oh, Teddy Mayer.
He would
okay,
actually
right?
be the end up winner at the end of this series.
Okay.
After Dean sort of left. So Dean would end up winning the first 6 motos. Sorry, spoiler here. He's going to win this. He's about... There he is.
Oh, he's back in the...
He's back. He's about 10th right here.
Yeah, he's
He
back.
just picks these guys away. Beats.
Spencer
Knowles, though, right there with the whole shot. Spencer Knowles on a 72. C4MX motor. Frenchie again. All these years, man, and Frenchie does the Cowie bikes
now
as well.
he was on the Clearbrook Yamaha. We seen Beaton on the year before, and now Beaton got the Blackfoot ride here. He's right. They're battling.
He's about to pass his buddy. They're very good buddies here, Spencer and Kyle Beaton there. But Kyle Beaton, this was his year that he probably should have won this championship. It was his first year on Blackfoot.
You said that the last year.
No, well, sorry. Yes, I did say that in 08, didn't I? Okay, well, let's go, Ryan.
It seemed like every year.
We're kind of butchering this Arma Rewind here, Ryan. But this one was very significant.
Yeah.
He got on that factory team. He got, he was kind of a privateer. Last year, he was the fastest guy.
Yeah.
And made mistakes. This year, last year, his bike broke a couple times. But this is the year that he had everything sort of, the Red Bull helmet and the bikes and all this kind of stuff. There was his teammate Aaron Harvard passing, but Beats couldn't pull it together. But Teddy Mayer was good here. This is for the Battle for the... He would make a pass, but... right about... Oh, we still haven't seen Dean yet. He's still pretty far back. But as you were speaking about, fast. Like,
so fast.
These guys were going so fast after that start straight. The roost was like...
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask.
Awful.
Yeah, so it's like I've heard of people going there and they're like, it's like little BBs coming off the back tire.
There's Dean. Look at the bicycle here. Just like crushing things, passing guys at will.
Fun.
And a cool track. The Edmonton Old Timers run this place. It was very cool. And I believe on this day, rest in peace now, Zolly Berenier, a very heroic name, iconic name in our sport. He was here doing, I can't remember if it was this day or 2010, but he was doing the gate drop.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he was dropping the gate.
Dino getting that pass on Beaton, is it?
Yeah,
or no?
Watch him in this. Is it this section? Oh, look at him in this. Look at the scrubs. going by. I don't think he gets Mayer. No, he does get him here. But in this next section, Dean was unbelievable. It's like a whoop section. Oh, they don't show that there. Maybe didn't get that clip. But yeah, Dean he could stay lower. He was so Americanized watching him at this race. Just aggressive, making passes where passes he didn't think could be made. And he was just awesome in that sense of the way to go with it right there. But yeah, he would go making passes. And this is the section we're talking about. So a couple little drop-offs. And
just
he'd make this
hanging
pass.
off the back.
Yeah. Wow. Launching. And then it was just right here, just grabbing gears. Just, and then big, fast doubles all over the place. And yeah.
Whoa, Teddy getting sloppy.
Wow.
So Teddy up in a second there.
Full tank slapper.
Man, trying to keep up with Dean for those first rounds. But they got to those guys must have known that he was leaving because it was kind of set in stone that he was going to be on.
100%. Yeah, 100%. I don't think they actually passed him till after this. We went to Morden, Manitoba, I believe, or it might have been Regina. Now I'm trying to think of the Louis series. I think it was Manitoba. There's Eric Nye passing beat. So Nye was your previous champion right there, wearing the number 1. And he would leave. I think Mayer ended up getting him at Gopher Dunes, which was 2 rounds later. Yep. But yeah, Dean, look at that. Wilson, Mayer, Harvey, Nye.
Yeah, Harvey was still up there.
Allison boys love that. McGlynn, Fitzgerald.
Harvey never won a championship, did he? It was Nelson was the guy.
The year before this was his. He was catching Nye late in the year and had a big crash at Moncton where he broke his leg, femur or tib fib, and that took him out. That was it. He was within I want to say 7 points, 10 points with only a round to go. So.
And now this is the year that Klatt, he's just got second off the start there behind a KTM, but he's back on Blackfoot after that Cernix Kawasaki.
That's right, yeah. So he comes back onto the Blackfoot year, but him and his teammate Colton, and Colton was dominant this year. He was fast everywhere, always got good starts. There's Mason Phillips up at the front there. He was a great rider that came from KTM, again, a KTM, a South African rider, and I think that's where, Kiwi. That's right.
Yeah,
he was New Zealand. That's right.
Yep.
New Zealand. So he came out and rode for those guys there for a few years and kind of fit in well. But Fasciotti just kind of a class of his own. Both him and Dean, I think, went 1-1, 1-1, 1-1.
Not for Fasciotti this day.
Oh, no, that's right. Klatt beats him on this day. That's right.
There's a good battle here.
That's right.
Coming up in this first moto. So Fasciotti into that second.
There's Mitch Cook actually sitting in third, just went by there. Whoa. Big crash. I think that was
one of the Carpenter boys. Because there's the two of them, right? There's 103 and 101 was
that's
Paul
right, Jack and Paul.
Jack,
There's Mitch Cook right there, actually, going there. He actually went to a privateer effort after that OTSF team.
Oh, wow. After getting that win,
getting the number 9. Yeah, getting the number 9. Mitch Cook, Jeremy Medallia, very similar.
Yeah.
Do their own thing, our way or no way, and sometimes that bit them in the butt on sort of the team or the racing side of stuff, but it is what it was. But yeah, that's right. Carpenter makes a stab on this day. He ends up winning on this day. That's
so Carpenter won in 07, correct?
Yes.
He didn't come back up in 08? Look at him making that pass there.
He made up his own privateer team, Atomic Honda, it was called.
Yeah.
And he went back to the States for the full year.
Okay.
And then came back in...
the same team he was on.
The same team he's on. He came back in 09. So yeah, but here's Dusty Klatt leading. And Klatt was, man, he was so awesome to watch.
Yeah.
The bike skill that he had.
I want to say it's his BMX background that he's just so good on the bike.
And you see him now on a social, he's just so active in it, and you can tell that's where it came from, and that's where he got his feeling good. But yeah, these guys battled it out, and yeah, Colton would get close in this one, but right here, you can see he's kind of just trying to get out of that roost. It was unbelievable. It was like letting your buddy sit there after maybe 10 beers and just fire a paintball gun at you and just empty a canister of 200 pellets.
Oh, look at Klatt just keeping it low to the ground. Yeah. Very nice move there.
Yeah, Klatt was this, and then they come in right here. They actually hit, I believe, in this turn. If this is the one I can remember, they hit and bump and boom. They weren't super buddies. They weren't buddies. Not that was dirty.
Yeah, no, that wasn't just running in there.
Klatt was good at shutting the door, and he was one of the only guys that could get under Fasciotti's skin. Yeah, actually, this is me and my cameraman. We got that shot.
Oh.
Yeah. You
were in that corner just that's why you knew so well.
I was sitting there at Edmonton. We were just they gave us a lot of free beer.
A
lot of free
beer.
That.
It was amazing. Good way to work.
Yep. Little
there
buzz.
It is. Checker flag. Klatt getting that win over Fasciotti, and that would have been the third round that year.
That's third round. So that was 5 motos in, and Fasciotti hadn't lost yet. So that was Fasciotti's first loss. Look at that, 1 second back, and then a minute. Back to Carpenter.
Wow. Yeah,
1 minute back to Carpenter. Moffenbauer, 10th.
There you go.
Right there, yeah. So Moffenbauer was starting to creep into the big bikes. Cook there, 6th place. Oh, Julie. Hi, Julie. Hi. You never answer my letters. Julie. The 250 moto now, and again, we're going to see Dean Wilson not get a great start, but just sort of pick his way through. He was so good. And then after this year, for people that have followed Dean Wilson's career, he would go on and win Loretta's. I think he won his both titles that year as an A rider. and then landed himself a Monster Energy Pro Circuit ride.
And then 2011, he won a championship.
2011, he won the outdoor championship. Yep. So he
happened quick.
To say that we have
years,
a big role in that. Look at this turn. Hoyer in there,
man.
Fitzgerald in there. Lots of boys cleaning up. I think that's Nodded in the white helmet. Is that Brad Nod? I can't remember now. But Mayer and Spencer Knowles, little Spenny weighs about, I don't know,
he whole shot of both
pounds.
motos like by a mile. That's incredible.
Yeah, he got the C4MX. The boys going at Frenchie Motors going at it right here. But
so Frenchie did that Yamaha there, but he also did the Cowie team.
You got it. Did the Cowie guys as well. So
he was pumping
he was a popular motor maker back at this time right here. You could make anything work, and it was. And there's Eric Nye. He would get good start. Nye just can never seem to put it together this year after winning that
cheater
championship.
lineup, that inside there, looks like they're just on the edge of the track. No
Can't
markers.
miss that one.
This is before those yellow markers.
Yeah, that was Daryl's fault. We'll blame Daryl on that one. Daryl. So Wilson's in third. There he is there, right behind Beats. And Beats and Wilson were like best buddies at this time. They traveled a lot down in the States, did some of the amateur races. But just watch Wilson. He just goes around everybody like they're in the wrong gear. He just makes passes, standing back, getting back in that bike, getting the power of the ground. Like here, like fifth gear on this bike right here.
Oh, he's got a great line here.
Blows by him.
Nice. And his style back, it's changed a lot.
This is it. Watch this section. Watch this pass.
See, that's got to be a cheater line, no?
Well, the bails are there.
I know.
The bails are there. I don't know, man. The bails are there. And then inside Beats. Where are you going, Beats? Come on.
Where
were you going back in 2009? Come on, Kyle. Clean that up.
Yeah.
Look at that. That one might have been a little bit of a cheater line. The bail may have moved on that one. That was a pass. Like,
pass to the lead, right?
It was like a straightaway right there.
Yeah, so Mayer back in a second.
Beats and Nye going at it. Now this is where Ryan Lockhart would have a tough time because he loves Beats, but he's wrenching for Nye. Who does he cheer for? Tears in the mechanics area right now.
Oh yeah, he just walked back to the pits. He couldn't do it. He couldn't take that.
And then here it was. Whoa! Was that Nye and Hoyer? I can't remember who that was.
No, that was another one.
Oh, that was McGlynn. That's McGlynn. Yeah,
yep.
That's McGlynn and Hoyer. No, it would have been Hoyer. Hoyer was in the first turn. Was Evanue on that team again that year? I think Evanue was on that team again.
Oh, and that's this is Beats right there.
There's 5-time picking him up.
Scraping him off
here's
the
your
dirt.
goggles. Don't lose those. You need those, buddy. We need to give your kid those goggles.
So he ended up breaking his wrist there, no?
I believe he did, or actually it might have been the skateboard.
Skateboard, the bad one.
Yeah. But that held him back for pretty much the rest of the year. He raced.
So that's kind of what you're talking about.
Racing.
He should have ended up winning that year.
Yes, yeah. He was like slotted in. Whip. Like him and Teddy Mayer would have went at it. And Teddy he didn't run away with it after Wilson left, but he definitely led. There's Joey Ledbetter right there.
Allison boys are in there.
Hoyer was in that first turn crash up to 8th. That's an awesome ride.
Wow.
Kyle McGlynn would go on later on and win St. Tech. Mud race, actually another mud race. That people could argue that one was the worst mud race ever too. But back into that 450 class, and not even lying here before this moto, Paulie Carpenter. I did like an interview on the track, like a pre thing, and I called Paulie Carpenter for the moto, and he heard me. He said, "Galdi, I'm winning this moto." And you're going to see it. He goes out and wins this moto. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Wow.
Little thing there for the TV show side of things. I was just doing a report because at that time it was Clat Fasciotti. And I'm like, Paulie's got to make it happen now. And I happened to be right near him. And he just, as the camera dropped, he's like, yeah, I got this. You're gonna look like a hero after this. And then nobody called me a hero at the end of it all, but I felt pretty good.
Go to Vegas with those
show later on.
Bet in Vegas there.
Travis might have made me give me a high five. Coster may have made me buy him a beer for it, probably something like that.
Yeah.
But back in this one here, that's Clat jumping by. I think that's Northrop right there.
Yeah, NorCal.
Number 7, NorCal coming up. NorCal Zone, working for Fly and WPS, I believe, in the States now.
Is that what he's doing?
Yeah,
okay, cool.
Living up in North.
He had a bunch of years up here in Canada.
Yeah, he was a good fit. Very friendly, good rider, got decent results. Won a moto back in 2004. No.
On a 250, wasn't it?
No, it was a 450.
Oh,
it might have been 10 or 11. Oh, I'd have to look that one up.
Yep.
But he did. No, sorry, it was 07. 2007 in Nanaimo. That's right. Him and Dubé go at it for the moto win. That's what it was. Him and Dubé go at it.
That's cool.
There's a shot of Tyler Medallia right there, getting the number 3 plate from the last year. And I believe that we're going to be talking about him in some previous notes where he actually moves back down to the little bike class.
Yep.
So we'll see that in some of those Arma Rewinds. But Medag's just, this year was, he just could never seem to get that same sort of mojo. Great starts and stuff like that. But look at that big jump. Only a few guys were doing that. And
pass back.
But he can never make it go. But yeah, he goes wide a little bit there. Clyde gets him back.
Yeah, he had that good year in 08 where he got the number 3, and he actually could have won the championship. It looked like he ran into some issues judging by results, but then he came back and then went to the 250 and had some great success.
Fasciotti was just so dominant west on the hard pack stuff, whether it was in the Nanaimo or Regina. Yeah, that stuff. And this race here, Edmonton, he was just so good at that hard pack stuff. Whoa! Clat, big save. I forgot about that.
It's Superman there.
Dusty doing a little freestyle move on that one right there. Fasciotti, though, leading the way, but Carpenter right in behind him, right
Carpenter
there.
calling his shot and having to pass the number 1 bike is impressive.
That's why it was even cooler after the fact. And then at the time, we thought that, I'm sorry to bust on Fasciotti's, but he was like extremely upset after this moto. Like we had to take a minute to do our interview.
Wow.
And yeah, he was really kind of getting himself. There's the pass right there. And at that time, I'm like, man, this is it. Carpenter's now going to do what he did in 07 and just chip away and bite. And then look at this. There, what you're saying there on the big bikes. There's little Jared Bear passing T Dags, the older brother. You got it. That always had to feel good. Did it feel good if you ever passed Justin there?
It would. It never happened too much. I'm better than him now, but back then he was better than me. But man, that's Jeremy must have caught Tyler because Tyler had the whole shot originally.
Tyler did a lot of going backwards on that year. It was wild, but there it is. Carpenter taking that moto win.
Goes right to Galdi. Called it. I'll take that beer now.
Yeah, it was pretty good right there for sure. Fasciotti, like T-Dag, but look, he gets Jeremy back. Cook, Phillips, Northrop, and that's Kevin Johnson, number 100 rider for Team Fate that year in the top 10.
Okay,
so, but the significance of this one was the fact that Dean qualified first in both classes, and I actually kind of forgot that Carpenter won this.
Okay, so wait, was Dean riding a 450 though? Because
yes,
so he had his 450
he had both bikes. Yeah, he was going to pick and choose each round because he wasn't sticking around the series, but then he rode the 250 because that's kind of what his plan was.
Yeah.
And I think right around that time they were having meetings with Mitch for the pro circuit plan. And I believe that right around that time there's talking because I went with them and stayed at a family friend house in Calgary that year. And I want to say that a conversation happened right when I was there, and they were the conversation started to begin.
History in the making.
Maybe, history in the making, slotting that pro circuit spot. So, Dean Wilson cut his teeth a lot in Canada, and unfortunately, he's not doing so great down in the States anymore. Hopefully, he can kind of pick it up, but we welcome him back.
Yeah, no kidding.
Might cost somebody a little bit of money.
I'd love to see him back, but we're right, 2009, we're right in that Fasciotti era. But then you're like, okay, well, Fasciotti stopped racing in 2019. He had a long era of Fasciotti dominating or being a front runner. So.
No, and he was one of those guys like the JSR. You could invite any American up, and he could put a stop to it. He did it for 6 times in the championships.
Especially in those West tracks like you're talking about.
He was so good at that West stuff. Like he grew up, not grew up in Nanaimo, but Mission Raceway was a home track. It was kind of a hard pack place, and a lot of those West Coast guys were always good at that hard pack, choppy stuff.
Yeah, and that track right there, Edmonton, the Roost Hurt. It's hard packed. It looked like a fun track. Maybe we'll bring it back someday. But that is another Arma Rewind in the books there. 2009 Edmonton. We're moving on to 2010 for next episode. And we'll see.
Click him by.
You said the last 2 years, Beaton's year. Maybe it'll be 2010.
Come on, Kyle. Let's fix it.
We'll take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back. Hey guys, welcome back to the farm. Here today, it's a hot days of summer. It's hard to find motivation, but I got motivation in a box. You don't need the mechanic. You can put the wife back in the air condition. Here we go. It's MyPitboard here, a Canadian company. And this little fancy device just sets right on your bar pad. It's a bar pad itself, and it's gonna give us all the details. I'm a big time stats guy. I'm doing the races on the weekend. I'm watching the leaders boards. I'm watching the plus minuses. I like to see lap times, and this is on the fly lap times. You can see top riders like Ev Brodeur, Mike Alessi, Tyler Medaglia, those guys just off the top of my head running these things. Actually was at the podium not too long ago, Go for Dunes. Ev Brodeur pulls off in there. She's got her MyPitboard here, and she's dialed in. She had the green on the last lap. She was flying around there. So this thing, motivation in a box. You throw this on the bike, you hit the go, and we're ready to go. We're gonna test this out today. I got Austin Watland, an ex-pro. He's gonna be out here riding with me. So we're gonna have 2 different types of rider, the vet rider and the young guy, and we're gonna test this MyPitboard out. Canadian made, ready to go. What we have in this device here is 4 different modes. Obviously, the easiest lap time mode. You just set one finish line and you go lap time mode, you got that. It's all GPS, so it's gonna know where your finish line is, and then you look at this big screen they have on here, you're gonna see a lap time, or you can go on a more of a generic side. It just gives you the plus minus if that lap is better than the last. The other mode is segment mode. So you can set up different segments along the track just to break down the track a little better, a little bit more data for you to analyze when you come off after a good moto, and you can just see what segment was fast, what segment was slow. Maybe you're trying different lines. The next one is section mode. So if you're just gonna do some practicing on one section you're struggling with, you can set up the section mode and then you just hit that corner, hit those jumps, whatever it be. As long as you have that section dialed in on the GPS, you're good to go. And the final mode, the only spot you can pass 39 other riders, hole shot mode here, so you can practice your starts and get it fine-tuned off the gate there, so you can blast off that line, get the hole shot every time. So hole shot mode, you're gonna wanna use that for your starts.
All right, what's up guys? We're out here at the farm testing the MyPitboards. For my first time ever using it, I haven't ridden really in over a year since my last surgery, so I'm stoked to use these things. Me and Frank are out there battling it up. We were using all the different modes: hole shot, start, segment mode, section mode. My personal favorite was the hole shot mode. I love working on starts, being racing at the highest competitive level in Canada. That's one of the biggest things when you're going in there. So if you can get those starts dialed, that's huge. The lap times is awesome. You don't need anyone out there holding a pit board for you. It's right on your handlebars. Every single lap, same jump, take a deep breath, check your pit board, see where you're at. Is it green or red? Grind for the next lap. So also, about 2 to 3 days a week, I'm training kids, so this is huge. When I'm not able to be there with them at the track, at the racetrack, whatever it is, they can throw this on their pit boards. They can go out there, kind of something to keep themselves accountable for. And yeah, lap after lap, I can go back, check their lap times, see how it was compared to the last day, and we'll go from there. So it's huge, whether you're training, riding by yourself, out there training for nationals, whatever it is, MyPitboard's great product.
There you have it, guys. MyPitboard, Canadian made. I can stress that. Supporting Canadian moto is so key for us here in Canada, building the sport. But I gotta say, the breakdown of this thing, very easy to use, user friendly. It's a couple clicks of a button on your start finish line and you're good to go. I could see this being a very competitive tool if you got a buddy you're riding with, or you know, you got your training partner or whatever it be. And like I said earlier in the show, you can leave the wife in the car with the AC on. You could be out there sweating it out in the summer and you got your motivation right there in front of you. The display on it, amazing. You know, I grew up in the 90s where this thing was like, you had lap times on the side and maybe you have like a sheet written down. This is on the fly display. I hit that double that we had set the timer at and I could see it every lap. It'd pick it up and it was green if it was faster, red if it was slower. And man, just that information is so key to keep you motivated during those long 30-minute motos. I give this product, honestly, 10 out of 10. I think that's, it's something that it needs worldwide and it's in Canada. So it's so impressive that these people have put it together. And MyPitboard, good job on this. And that red one they got us, that's for the InsideX. They know we love red, but you can get those things Like green for Kawasaki, blue for Yamaha, Suzuki if you ride those things, black, any of the colors there. So MyPitboard, dial those guys in. You can get them online. And man, 10 for 10, these guys knocked it out of the park. And that's it here for the track and the farm. We're actually gonna head over to the dock. We're gonna do some summertime stuff, get in that water, try out those jet skis, those Super Jets, and have some fun.
I will never stop. Would you want me to slow down? Would that make it easier for you? Or would you want the fight? The pour your heart into it kind of fight? Or should I stop working so hard? I know you'd want me to slow down. I know it would make it easier for you. But then the gate drops. I wouldn't be anywhere else. One goal, one vision.
All right, guys, we're back. We're on the river, St. Clair River. US is right there. Ontario we're at, but we're gonna test out these Super Jets. We have a 2014 Super Jet, the old 2-stroke, and it's sitting at like a 305 weight. We get this brand new 4-stroke, a 1050cc 4-stroke, and it's weighing at 375. So for you racers out there, you Super Jet lovers, this 4-stroke, it's innovative. Compared to the other 4-strokes in that same market, it's like 150 pounds lighter. This thing is a rocket ship. We're gonna test it out here in the water. We're gonna do some racing. We're gonna do some play riding. We're gonna really put it through its paces. I got Sean Moffenbauer, the number 3 rider. He's gonna be here. I think I can beat him on these Super Jets. We're gonna see. We're gonna do some wake racing, and we're gonna see if I can take down the number 3 on the water. I know I can't beat him in the dirt, but I'm gonna take him in the water. We're gonna jump right to it, and we're gonna get these Super Jets running.
Hey guys, Sean Moffenbauer here. We are here to do the Fast 5. How did I get into riding and racing? When I was young, my dad picked up a PW50 for me. It was actually compiled of a couple old PW50s, and that's how I started my journey when I was about 2. So just family got me into racing. My favorite way to train off track is mountain biking. Living in BC, that's a big part of my training program, and man, I love it. Hopefully someday we can get one of those Yamaha e-bike assists. My proudest accomplishment in motocross is got to be representing Canada at Destinations and winning a MX2 championship. My most embarrassing moment has to be Morden, I think 2009. I got a great start and I actually ended up getting stuck in a mud hole and losing one of my boots. And I had to take my boot off and walk off the track with one boot on. So the crossover to the Yamaha Super Jet is actually pretty cool. I own 2 at home right now, and you know, the balance and just the lean angles and everything is very similar to a motocross bike. So obviously it's not a perfect crossover, but it's definitely adds to the fun factor with the crossover training. right, guys, just got done riding the brand new Super Jet 1050. Super cool. First impressions, obviously coming from the moto world, you know, we've moved to 4-strokes a long time ago, so I was pretty excited to try out a 4-stroke jet ski stand-up. Never ridden one, so I was a little nervous. Just at the initial impressions, I can't believe how fast and how well it handles. Almost as nimble as the older models, the 2-stroke 701, and just super impressed with how the thing handles over the choppy water, and honestly, it does everything pretty dang good. Pretty cool to ride something that's updated, and I think the consumer is going to love this new 1050cc 4-stroke.
We're down here at the dock. I think this is our 3rd or 4th day on the jet skis. Super stoked to have them. Yamaha gave it to us for about 7 days, I think, so stoked to have them. Sean came down, repped them with us. Me and Kyle have been riding them the last 2 or 3 days, so we've had a few times on it. I've been riding the last 3 years, so this is the first time riding a brand new jet ski, and it is phenomenal. The turning on it's amazing. It doesn't jump as well as I like it to, but as long as I can hit a few good waves, I'm stoked. We went from the 16-degree turning to the 19-degree today. We read up on it today, and we just figured out you could do that. So I think the 16-degree turning would be a bit better for beginners. A little less nimble in the corners, but a little more sturdy. So we went down to the 16-degree, and man, I'm stoked to have these things. Can't thank Yamaha enough, and great products. Definitely have to go check out next year's.
So there you have it. We tested them out, we tried them out. I'm gonna give you my honest review on the 1050cc Yamaha Wave Runner, the 4-stroke. And honestly, if you're gonna be into racing, this machine is for you. The way it handles the water, the way it sticks to the water over chop, and it's a rougher day compared to most days, and we're not on a lake, we're on a river that has heavy current. It's gonna be the perfect race mobile. We changed up some settings on it. I'll let Austin touch on that in a little bit, but race mobile, that 1050 is dialed in. I've rode the Kawasaki 1500, and this thing is just a little bit more nimble, able to get in and out of the corners quicker. Compared to the 2-stroke, if I'm comparing it to, say, a fish, I would say that the 1050 is more like a shark, and the 701 is like a dolphin. You're flipping around, you're flopping around, and you're having a little bit more fun, a little freestyle setup. But both of them, good dialed in setups. The Yamaha's got this thing figured out, and right out of the box, you can grab this Yamaha 1050, go to a race, go play with your friends, and you're gonna have fun either way. Definitely dialed in. I'd say 10 out of 10 for both of those things. All right, guys, welcome back to InsideX here. Social media check-in brought to you by Gas Canada. And we know we've seen some good news out of Gas lately. Good and bad news. Logan Lightsoul, he's out, the number 20 machine. He's with a sickness, a little illness there, so he's gonna take a rest. But Ryan Derry, the privateer rider, he got that step into that factory position and got his best overall there. Top 10, good job, Ryan Derry. Also, Tyler Medaglia, he's been battling top 5s. He had a great run going the last round, Sand Lee. He ended up having an issue with the bike, pulled off there, but man, solid to see him up in the top 3 there at his home track. But going along the social media, we're gonna check in with the top 5 in both classes here. Starting off with the 450 class, Dylan Wright. What can I say? This guy's on fire, even battling adversity, bad starts, crashes. He's still finding himself on the top by 1 point over his rivalry, but Dylan Wright holding down that red plate on that Honda, looking to close it out here in the MX Tour. But his rival, Jess Pettis, these guys have battled for years in the 250 class. Finally, Jess makes it up to the 450 class. Rookie season, he's got 2 wins under the belt. of the rookie, and he's looking for Rookie of the Year, that class. Third place right now, another rookie, Marshall Welton. He's battling there. He got his first overall win in the 450 class at Gopher Dunes. He's looking to add to those stats, but he's been consistent on the podium. A third place guy, just kind of working his way to that front, trying to get in that battle with Dylan and Jess. We'll see if he can do it at the next few rounds here. And then the fourth place guy, Cole Thompson, my bro, he's been battling. He had 1 second overall. The rest has just been fourth. So he's just trying to get to that podium, trying to get those bonus bucks there from the team. Let's see if he can do it at the next couple rounds. Deschambault and Walton, both tracks that he's done well in the past. The fifth place guy, we just had him on the show, Sean Moffenbauer on that MX 101 Carlson Racing Yamaha. He is looking strong out there, and he had a great ride going for him at Sand Lee. Couple crashes, couple bad starts there. Look for him to rebound here at Deschambault coming up this weekend. But Sean Moffenbauer holding that flag for Yamaha, and he's going to try to get up into the podium, maybe steal a win here, closing stages of this series. A couple notables in that 450 class. Tim Tremblay, who's been a consistent top 5 guy, battling with those guys, but he's suffered an injury. He had a bad crash at Gopher Dunes, right behind us in the booth there. Had a little swap. His gas cap blew off, but look for him to battle back. He was suffering from a dislocated rib, he says on his social media there. So dislocated rib for Tim Tremblay. He's going to try to use this weekend off, rest up, get ready for Deschambault. That's his home track, and he's going to come back battling hard. Another guy, obviously, Tyler Medaglia. Look for him to finish this series strong. It's awesome to see that Cobequid Gas Canada ride so strong out there. Those two guys, watch for them as they come up. On to the 250 class. And none other than the 15-year-old sensation, Ryder McNabb, stealing back that red plate at Sand Lee, taking it from Jacob Piccolo and Tanner Ward as they shared it. So Ryder McNabb's going to be the sole possession of that red plate going to Deschambault, a track that he has yet to race as a pro. He's raced all the ones before that, the Waltons, the Gopher Dunes, the Sand Lee. This is going to be his first time at Deschambault as a pro athlete. Let's see how he can do, and let's see how he can hold off the likes of Jacob Piccolo, who is sitting in that second spot on the Sky Racing team. He's having a breakout year as the KTM Sky Racing backed athlete. Had the red plate. He's been battling with Tanner and Ryder, trying to get that top spot again. But the guy in third right now, Tanner, had a bad weekend at Sand Lee. He slipped back in points. He's only 12 off that top position. So we know Tanner, he does well at Deschambault. His best career finish there, second as an intermediate rider back in 2017. So look for him to be strong. He's had many years of winning ECAN national championships there as an amateur, so he's going to be dialed in. A guy that we haven't seen on the top of the box yet, Darian Sinai. He's won a couple motos, but he has yet to win the overall. Darian Sinai, he's going to be looking to put that Thor Kawasaki up top there. He's been right there, nipping at the heels, getting good starts, just not able to close the deal. Watch for him come Deschambault, come Walton. He's got to win there, so watch for him to close out the series strong. Marco Canella, unfortunately, battling back, got a couple moto wins, had a nasty crash there at Sand Lee, rung his bell a bit. We're hoping this weekend off he can heal up, be ready for Deschambault, but we'll see. It's just time will tell with that, and it's a really unfortunate event as he tried to claw his way back into this championship. Hopefully he can get healed up for Supercross and maybe take a stab at that championship there. A couple guys I want to bring up is the two Sky Racing guys, Julian Bennick on his Yamaha and Daniel Elmore on his Yamaha. Sky Racing has put together an awesome program this year and has really been putting it to the factory teams there. Jacob Piccolo obviously leading the way with his second overall in the series so far. These guys sit in 6th and 7th, so watch for that Sky Racing team to take off as we get to the end of the series. And talking about the end of the series, we have 3 more rounds of MX to go and 4 rounds of Supercross. Lots of racing coming at you. You can catch that on Flow Racing or Fox Sports. And you can also get tickets. Follow Triple Crown Series on social media. When those tickets are launched, those tickets are dropped, and you can get all those best deals there to get those Supercross races, which you can stand on the side of the track, see the whole thing, take it all in. Or you can, if you're out in the West Coast or East Coast, can't make it out here to Ontario, you can watch it on Flow Racing or Fox Sports there, dialed in. That coverage is going to be sweet. All live coming at you. Galdi and I in the booth. But before we take off here, our social media has pumped out some awesome content, and check out the latest Interlace. These guys are the best in the business. They got the cool behind the scenes footage of all the nationals so far. I believe the Walton one is up, so go check that out. And that's Interlace, and that's on Triple Crown Series YouTube. That is it for this week. I'm going to leave you with a snippet of Interlace. Join us in the fall. We're going to have more InsideX coming at you, but always check out the Triple Crown Series live.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. It is 2021, and we are back at the Triple Crown Series. We got fans, we got green grass, we got sunny skies, and we got the beautiful Walton scenery to set the tone here for 2021.
Check, check.
Yeah, so I mean, I had a pretty good winter. It was obviously a long off season, kind of waiting to see what was going to happen with the season this year. And we got turned down at the border trying to cross and go to Florida and train. So ended up staying here for the winter, but there was more than enough time to get ready. And spent a lot of time on the bicycle. I was looking on Strava this morning. I got 140 hours on the road bike this year. So coming in prepared and ready to do battle for sure.
Probably the best player. I mean, if we're looking at it from a standpoint of a team aspect, I mean, I've had 2 shoulder surgeries, back surgery on the way. Had to carry my team several nights, and you know, for months now, I've been the top dog. Global ranking will show you that. KD will show you that. Overall score per minute will show you that I'm the top player.
Yeah, for me, you know, a big part of it is just riding the way I know how to ride. You know, it's not so much of a number in my head as much as, you know, I just feel like I need to, you know, put together solid laps and just do what I've been doing all winter. So.
I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I'm so handsome. All the comments on my legs, oh, I'm so fancy. No romancing. Got my baby and she right, she make you vanish. No time to play, got book dates. Had a plan, only had to. Always knew I'd make a way. Send a bill, they send a pay. Keep it real, keep the record straight. Keep it real, no time to fake. All authentic in my own lane. I am me till I'm in the grave. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. Ooh, never panic. Get a worry, send it up and then it vanish. I can't stand it. I don't know the way you move and see the storm blaze. On offense, no defense. Still strong, no weakness. Used to say I wouldn't beat this. Now they wish they could beat this. Tables set, now tables turn. God's plan, I don't say a word. Know the price, cause I know my worth. My time, get what I deserve. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you.
Feeling pretty good. The competition is stacked actually here. We got like 5 guys that are all really fast in the class. That time I finally got out. I was like 3rd off the start, got into 2nd right away, and then I passed into the lead. And from that point, I just tried to sprint and kind of pull away. But that kid on the Honda rider, he was holding me accountable, and he was right on me pretty much the whole race. And so we were going fast and riding well. So I'm happy to get the win, and hopefully we can try to do it in the next one.